Hey everyone, I just thought I would do a quick video on how I do my filing system as I'm getting ready to research. So, I mean, this is kind of multi-layered thing, but one of the things I do is I use these emojis in my family tree so that I know exactly where I left off last. So all the green check marks, I have thoroughly researched these people. Now, are there going to be more? Yeah, there's probably going to be more records that pop up as more come online, but those will pop up in the form of hints usually. But I usually am super hyper focused. So right now, I was getting ready to open up Sarah Henley. And so this little icon means she's a work in progress, and I'll show you where that is. So I'm going to right click and I am going to view this profile. And so here I am in her profile, and that little emoji shows up here in the suffix field. So I could right click, hit emoji, and pick an emoji, and it usually populates with whatever recent ones you've been using. So that's how I do that. So now I'm getting ready to go open her file. And let me show you a couple things there. This is, I think, kind of a proven method for me. Up here, I've got the working files for all of my archives. This is saved to my OneDrive account so that I can work on it anywhere in the world. So now I'm going to go over to the right and I'm going to scroll down. These are all surnames. Okay. Her name was Sarah Henley, which is her birth name. I'm going to open that up and then you can see Henley and then first name. So I'm going to scroll down to Sarah, wherever she's hiding. I'm going to open that up. So now I've got some records from her estate package. And if you put a 1 in front of your research notes document, then it will always stay at the top right up underneath any file folders that you have. So I'm going to open this up and it opens up on another page. Let me pull that down. And at the top of my research notes, so if you're new here, I do research notes for all of my direct line ancestors. That way I know I have absolutely proven each link along the way, and I keep them all in chronological order, as you can kind of see. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Sometimes I go, oh, wait a minute, I have my chronology totally out of whack here. But you can see where I have added a whole bunch of stuff. Well, at the top of my research notes, I give myself, I haven't worked on this in probably 2 or 3 months. And so here I said, left off with the 1860 and 1870 US Census. Also make sure to finish going through all of the sources. In the source column on Ancestry, clean up any redundancy. In marriage records, remove the one world tree. This is actually all one word, but I spaced it out so that it wouldn't get caught up in the spell check. Anyway, I do that. And then also, just for grins and giggles to make my life easier, I put hyperlinks to the account on Ancestry, on the same person on Family Search, and on Find a Grave if there is one. Sometimes I will also add a WikiTree link if there is a profile on WikiTree. And so I would go over to WikiTree and grab that. So I'm going to start working on her ancestry, but I just thought I'd share a quick video on how I go about filing stuff because I get a lot of questions about it. So if I go back here, you can see at the very top, I will sometimes use things that I have collected, like under the United States, then North Carolina. I have certain generic maybe maps or things that I want to collect. So those are all under the top section, and I'll number those just so that they stay up at the top. And then underneath that are all the surnames. In this specific situation, I have 2 branches that I was working on for a client, so that's why that's there like that. But sometimes I will have a married couple's surnames. I'm looking for an example, but I don't have one here. It looks like I've split them all apart. Like it might be Madsen-Jensen, but once I have enough records to really split them apart, like that might be the married couple surnames. But once I have enough information, I will split them apart. Sometimes I will do specific research projects, but I usually put them underneath the surname. So that's it. Like I could totally take this and move this up under Henley, and then there's that. Oh, here's one, Jensen Johnson, because my ancestors were Jensen in Denmark and Johnson in the United States. So there's that. Here's a Jones-Lawrence marriage, two people that were married. So anyway, that's how I do the filing. This makes finding stuff super fast and easy.